वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सदाशिव समारंभां शंकराचार्य मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वंदे गुरु परंपराम् ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्ति भेद विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्त देहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्ध ज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशांताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम गणानान्त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तवम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणान् ब्रह्मणस्पद आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम्। ओम श्री महागणपतये नमः। नारद उवाच प्रणम्य शिरसा देवं गौरीपुत्रं विनायकं भक्तावासं स्मरेन् नित्यं आयुः कामार्थसिद्धये प्रथमं वक्रतुण्डं च एकदन्तं द्वितीयकं तृतीयं कृष्णपिङ्गाक्षं गजवक्त्रं चतुर्थकं लम्बोदरं पञ्चमं च षष्ठं विकटमेव च सप्तमं विघ्नराजं च धूम्रवर्णं तथाष्टमं नवमं बालचन्द्रं च दशमं तु विनायकम् एकादशं गणपतिं द्वादशं तु गजाननं द्वादशैतानि नामानि त्रिसन्ध्यं यः पठेन्नरः न च विघ्नभयं तस्य सर्वसिद्धिकरं प्रभो इति नारदपुराणे संकटनाशन गणेश स्तोत्रम संपूर्णम। Oh, let's do extracts from Guru Stotra. अखंड मंडलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। विल् डू दक्षिणामूर्ति स्तोत्रम्। मौन व्याख्या प्रकटित परब्रह्म तत्त्वं युवानं वर्षिष्ठान्ते वसद्ऋषिगणैः आवृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दरूपं स्वात्मारामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे पटपिटपि समीपे भूमिभागे निषन्नं सकलमुनिजनानां ज्ञानदातारमारात् त्रिभुवनगुरुमीशं दक्षिणामूर्तिदेवं जननमरणदुःखच्छेददक्षं नमामि। चित्रं वटतरोर्मूले वृद्धा शिष्या गुरुयुवा गुरोस्तु मौनं व्याख्यानं शिष्यास्तु छिन्न संशया निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशांताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। विश्वं दर्पण दृश्यमान नगरी तुल्यं निजान्तर्गतम् पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोद्धतं यथा निद्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोध समये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयम् तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमैदं श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये। बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ् निर्विकल्पं पुनः माया कल्पित देशकालकलना वैचित्र्यचित्रीकृतम् मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वय स्वेच्छया तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमैदं श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये। यस्यैव स्फुरणं सदात्मकम् असत्कल्पार्थकं भासते साक्षात् तत्त्वमसीति वेदवचसा यो बोधयत्याश्रितान् यः साक्षात्करणात् भवेन्न पुनरावृत्तिर्भवाम्भोनिधौ तस्मै श्री गुरुमूर्तये नमैदं श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये। नानाच्छिद्रकटोदरस्थितमहादीपप्रभाभास्वरम् ज्ञानं यस्य तु चक्षुरादिकर्णद्वारा बहिस्पन्दते जानामीति तमेव भान्तमनुभाति एतत् समस्तं जगत् तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये देहं प्राणमपीन्द्रियाण्यपि चलान् बुद्धिं च शून्यं विदुः स्त्रीबालान्धजडोपमास्वहमिति भ्रान्ता वृषंवादिनः मायाशक्तिविलासकल्पितमहाव्यामोहसंहारिणे तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये राहुग्रस्तदिवाकरेन्दुसदृशो माया समाच्छादनात् सन्मात्रकरणोपसंहरणतो योगोत्सुषस्तः पुंहान् रागस्वाप्समिति प्रबोधसमये यः प्रत्यभिज्ञायते तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बाल्यादिष्वपि जागृदादिषु तथा सर्वास्वस्थास्वपि व्यावृत्तास्वनुवर्तमानमहमित्यन्तस्फुरन्तं सदा स्वात्मानं प्रकटीकरोति भजतां यो मुद्रया भद्रया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये विश्वं पश्यति कार्यकारणतया स्वस्वामि सम्बन्धतः शिष्याचार्यतया तथैव पितृपुत्राध्यात्मना वेदतः स्वप्ने जाग्रति वा एष पुरुषो माया परिभ्रामितः तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये भूरम्भांस्य नलो नीलोऽम्बरम् अहर्नाथो हिमांशुः पुमान् इत्याभाति चराचरात् तमिदं यस्यैव मूर्त्यष्टकम् नान्यत् किञ्चन विद्यते विमृशतां यस्मात् परस्मात् विभोः तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये सर्वात्मत्वमिति स्फुटीकृतमिदं यस्मादमुष्मिंस्तवे तेनास्य श्रवणात् तदर्थमननात् ध्यानाच्च संकीर्तनात् सर्वात्मत्वमहाविभूतिसहितं स्यादीश्वरत्वं स्वतः सिद्ध्येतत् पुनरष्टधा परिणतं च ऐश्वर्यमव्याहतम्. We'll now do Gita Dhyanam and then go to Gita. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitaamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvamanusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullaravindaayatapatra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradipah Prapanna Parijataya Totravetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Mutaduhe Namaha Sarvopanishadho Gavaha Dogdha Gopalanandanaha Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Buddham Gita Amritam Mate Vasudeva Sutam Devam Tam Sachamulamardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Bhishmadrona Tata Jayadvrata Jala Gandhara Nilotpala Shalyagrahavati Pripena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhana Vartinim Sotirna Khalu Pandavai Ranadi Kaivartaka Keshavaha Parasharya Vachasaroja Mamalam Gitartha Gandhotkasham Nanakhyanaka Kesaram Harikata Sambodhana Bodhitam Loke Sajjana Shatpatairaharaha Pepiyamanam Mudha Yad Bharata Pankajam Kalimala Pradvamshina Shreyase Mukam Karoti Vacharam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutah Stumbhanti Divyaisthavaihi Vedai Sangha Padakramupanijavai Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidusura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. We'll go to chapter 10. the Bhagavad Gita. Om Shri Krishna Paramatmane Namaha. Vibhuti Yogo Nama Dashamodhyayah. We are in chapter 10, where Sri Krishna, the teacher, is talking about his glories. Lord Krishna need not talk about his glories. Let's understand that very. He doesn't have to do let's see, a public publicity shot or a trailer. Krishna doesn't need to talk about his glory. But for the uninformed, one who looks for a paroksha Ishvara. Okay? I'm using these terms and we have to be very clear with these terms. We know things through pratyaksham. We see and know. Then we know things through inferential, anumana, ityadi. So direct knowledge is called pratyaksham. Indirect knowledge is called paroksham. It is not inferential, it's paroksham. So God is described to you and you do bhakti to the God, to that Ishvara. I don't like to use the word God, to Ishvara. And you look for Ishvara. So that the indirect knowledge of Ishvara that you have gets converted to direct knowledge. So we are looking for a paroksha. Where is Rama avatar here? So I have to put him in a temple and look him up there. So it's called paroksha Ishvara. Krishna, Lord Krishna, Ishvara does not have to come and tell you these are my glories. Vote for me. He doesn't have to do all this. But for your benefit and my benefit, who cannot see Ishvara here and looks for him elsewhere, to such a person, at his request alone, Krishna talks about his glory. So we have covered various things in his glory, including something like Dhyutam. Dhyutam means the game of dice. So there's a lot of subterfuge. There also brain is involved. You can't cheat unless you know the game well. So, unless you know the game and the rules well. So, Dhyutam, among vices, Chalayatam asmi, I am the dice game. That's what he said in verse number 36. That's because the seeker is being cautioned that there is always a downslope slippery. When you have reached the peak, the downslope is slippery. So you could be taken for a real royal ride if you are not careful. You need to have a certain aliveness to the realities of you. So you could be cheated, even with the best of intentions. That's what the story of Mahabharata says. Yudhishthira was a good person and he went to play the dice with good intentions. But there's a weakness. If there was a weakness, he didn't know when to say no, stop. And he lost his kingdom. He had to fight for it and lost a lot of things before it was, they say, Pyrrhic victory. He lost a lot of things before he could really lay hands on the throne. And so be careful. Then he talks about Tejasvi. Tejasvinam. Tejas is that radiance. Andar wali chamak, the radiance from inside. Among Tejasvis, I am Tejas. So if you see some Tejasvi person, Ishvara says, Krishna says, recognize that as my presence, which has made him Tejasvi. Otherwise, the body has nothing, no capacity of its own. If you have doubt, the most qualified person in the world, most erudite scholar in the world, once he goes to sleep, what happens to the scholarship? There is a musician who even likes to snore in Shruti. What happens to the musician when he goes to sleep? You record his snoring and play it back to him. He'll say, it can't be because I even snore in sleep. So, all those things are knocked off. Therefore, Tejasvi, the presence, the effulgence is me. It is because of Ishvara's presence that you are recognized as the effulgent one. So, Tejas, Tejasvinam Asmi. Jayosmi. I am the victory in the victor. Not one who will win by any means. One who will win using dharmic practices. One who will not betray, not stab in the back. So among such victors, I am that victory. I am the dharma-oriented victory. Then among the sattva, sattvosmi, sattvata aham, I mean among decisiveness. In earlier one we have studied, no? Vyavasayatmika buddhihi, the decisiveness, the sattva-oriented decisiveness, common good, what is the right thing to do, not seeking immediate benefit. That kind of decisiveness, dharmic decisiveness, I am glorifies. He doesn't need to glorify, he is glorifying it for your benefit and my benefit. So suppose you catch yourself standing up for the right, understand it is Ishvara's presence. If somebody appreciates your tejas, understand it is Ishvara's tejas, not the individual. So up till this we saw last week. Let's see verse number 37. There are only 42, so 5 more. We'll try and complete it today. Otherwise, next week we'll complete this and also see the summary. Verse number 37. Vrishinam Vasudevosmi. Vrishinam Vasudevosmi. Pandavanam Dhananjaya. Pandavanam Dhananjaya. Whole line. Vrishinam Vasudevosmi. Pandavanam Dhananjaya. Vrishinam Vasudevosmi. Pandavanam Dhananjaya. Next line. Muninam Muninamapyaham Vyasaha. Muninamapyaham Vyasaha. Kavinamushna Kavihi. Kavinamushana Kavihi. Whole line. Muninamapyaham Vyasaha. Muninamushana Kavihi. Whole verse. Vrishinam Vasudevosmi. Pandavanam Dhananjaya. Muninamapyaham Vyasaha. Kavinamushana Kavihi. One whole verse once more. Vrishinam Vasudevosmi. Pandavanam Dhananjaya. Muninamapyaham Vyasaha. Kavinamushana Kavihi. There is a lineage, a family lineage, which is called Vrishni, family lineage. So, in our avatars, Rama avatar is called Surya Vamshi. Krishna is called Yadu Vamshi. So, Vrishni is a lineage. And in the Vrishni lineage, I am Vasudeva. I am the son of Vasudeva and Devaki. Aham. Who is this Aham? Krishna. Krishna as an avatar. He says Aham. Among the lineage of the Vrishnis, in the Yadu Vamsha, I am Krishna. I am the glorious light of the Yadu Vamsha. There are very many avatars. The popular ones are the Shavatar we talk about. So Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha, Vamana, Parashurama, Rama, Krishna. So up to these 8 avatars, I am Krishna. Hey, why not Rama? Why not Parashurama? Okay, there is a reason behind. The first 6 avatars came specifically for Asura Samhara. Okay? Like the Vedas were lost. Okay? The Varaha brought it up. Matsya brought the living people back. Okay, Matsya brought the living people back. The Vedas were brought by Varaha. Vamana Avatara took care of Bali Chakravarti's arrogance. Hiranyakashipu's arrogance was taken care of by Narasimha. Parashurama took care of the overconfidence and ruthlessness and lawlessness of the Kshatriyas. Shatra is good, but if Shatra becomes tyranny, then you have to be careful. Rama took care of Ravana. Then why are the others glorified and why is Krishna glorified? Krishna is glorified because he is the only avatara who gave you Brahma Jnanam. He came as a Brahma Vidya Acharya in the Bhagavad Gita. He is a Yoga Acharya, Brahma Vidya Acharya. Krishna Arjuna Sambade, Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastra Upanishatsu Saram. And when you chant the Dhyana Shlokas, what is it? They are cows. Dogdha Gopala Nandanaha. Isn't it? Dogdha Gopala Nandanaha. Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta. So he was the one who extracted the teachings of the Upanishad and made it available to you as a Bhagavad Gita. So Vrishninam Aham Vasudeva. So among gods, I am Krishna, Sri Krishna. A very beautiful expression. This is the glory of Krishna Avatar. Why is there an organization, international organization, talking about Krishna Avatar? They say he's the only avatar possible. We are not like that, we don't paint ourselves into our corner. If we followed some of these other Abrahamic faiths, we would say Krishna is the only one. He says, and when does he say that? Verse number 37. He didn't start with it either. Then there's one part, I am Krishnam Aham Vasudeva. That also he doesn't say I am Krishna, I am son of Vasudeva and Devi. Pandavanam Dhananjaya. Among Pandavas, I am you. Wow, I am you. So some teachers say in jest, they say, why is Krishna doing maska to Arjuna here? Remember, the fellow is a warrior. Okay, he's Sabyasachi, he can fight with both his hands, ambidextrous fellow. He has got powerful astras. And Krishna said, I won't take astra. So he says, yeah, keep him in good humor. That's set in jest, but seriously looking, among warriors, among the people, among you brothers, I am you. Among the Kuru Vamsha, among Vrishnis, I am Krishna. I am the Kuru Vamsha, I am Dhananjaya. Why Dhananjaya? There was Yudhishthira, there was Bhima, so many were. But why Dhananjaya? Dhananjaya because he was the one who asked he was the one who brought the Brahma Vidya Upadeshaka out. Otherwise, Krishna would be one Sudarshana Chakra fellow and would have entered his avatar and gone. It was Arjuna's question which made Krishna teach. So if there is a good teacher, the teacher says, among teachers, I am the best. And among students, you are the best. Not for Maska, but for asking the right questions. And for sustained questioning. He not only is he doing Shravana, he is doing Manana, he is doing Nididhyasana, he is doing all three. At this point of time, pardon me if I mention, Krishna perhaps, not perhaps, perhaps deliberately left it so that we discover it. Gurunam Dayanandosmi or Dayanandosmi Gurunam. There is no teacher like Swami Dayananda Saraswati for us. Not for us, for anybody who had heard Brahma Vidya Upadesha. There is just nobody like Swami Dayananda Saraswati. So, Gurunam Dayanandosmi Gurunam, it also falls in meter, isn't it? Suppose I was to write there. Dayanandosmi Gurunam. Among students, we are all of us are. So, among Pandavas, I am Dhananjaya. Why word the use Dhananjaya? Why did he not say Arjun? Driving home a very important point that pursuit of Brahma Vidya includes pursuit of Artha Kama and it has its place. Arjuna was not told go into the forest and learn Vedanta. You are in the middle of the battlefield. You need Astra, Shastra. You need money to keep your chariot in place. You need money to feed your horses. You need replacement arsenal. You need warriors. The chariot is not a single thing. There is a charioteer, Sarathi. Okay, there is a fellow there who is actually fighting. Around the chariot, there are people protecting the horses and the wheels. There is another support system which keeps providing the arsenal. The arrows are over. Here is a new set of arrows. Shastra is over. Okay, so it is especially the commander-in-chief or the chief warrior's entourage is fairly big. So Dhananjaya is important. So don't ever think that wealth is not important and I will do without wealth and then money doesn't buy. Somebody had mentioned the other day, what is it that money cannot buy? I said, give it to me, I'll find out. I'm not answering your social media. Give it to me. Whatever you have to spare, you give it to me. I'll find out and come back. Artha Kama are important. That's why Dhananjaya. So let's keep it in mind. It is not for dropouts. Bhagavad Gita, Vedanta is not for dropouts. Yeah. It's not meant for dropouts. It's meant for people who are ready to face challenges in life. So among Pandavas, I am Dhananjaya. Muninam api. There are lots of munis. Among Muninam, even among Munis, I am Vyasacharya. Hey, where did Vyasa come into this whole thing? What is the role of Vyasa? So Vyasa is the original compiler of the whole thing. Before Dakshinamurti, Vyasa. Vyasa's full name was Krishna Dvaipayana. He was dark in complexion. He was born in a dvipa, in an island. So his real name is Krishna Dvaipayana. He came to be called Vyasa because of his works. What is his primary work? His primary work is Brahma Sutram. Brahma Sutra. That's his primary work. Nyaya Shastra. See, the Indian Granthas, they stand on a foundation, and that is called Prasthana Traya. Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, and Brahma Sutra. Bhagavad Gita is called Smriti Grantha. Upanishads are called, what is called Shruti. And Brahma Sutra are called Nyaya. Nyaya Grantha. The three of which the Nyaya Grantha's work is Vyasas. Okay. When you chant Dhyana Shlokam, what did you chant? Varthaya pratiboditam bhagavata narayanena swayam. Then Vyasena gratitam puranam nina. Vyasa had access to it. The teaching that Krishna gave directly to Arjuna. That's why Krishna Arjuna Samvada is glorious. Yeah, it was directly given by Ishvara in his capacity as a teacher to Dhananjaya. Vyasena gratitam. Vyasa got it. And for your and my benefit, he downloaded it in the file called Mahabharata chapter 10. Madhyama Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshini Bhagavati Ashtadasha. Second start. Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe. So Vyasa has a big contribution in both the Smriti Grantha and the Nyaya Grantha. No wonder Vyasa. Even in writing, Vyasa dictated the Mahabharata. And he said, I wanted somebody who will write non-stop. Who else but Ganesha? Ganesha said, yes, I will write now. He said, may I put a condition to Ganesha. You will write everything after understanding the meaning, not taking dictation. People write aloud a lot of things and after 2 years they will ask, sir, you wrote there. Sir, I have understood everything about Vedanta, sir. But I have not understood Atma, Anatma. That's a problem. So, Vyasa said, before you write down, I want you to understand every word. Vigneshwara said, my condition, you will not dictate anything without understanding it yourself in the first place. Wow, excellent combination. And at one point of time, the dictation was becoming so good that he just had to break off his ivory one trunk, one of those, ivory tusks and write with it. So, Vyasa, Vishala Buddhe. So he is one. I am Vyasa. So if you want to see Ishvara's presence in the Srishti, you can see him as Krishna Avatar. If there is a Brahma Jnana teacher who makes sense to you, understand it is Ishvara. That's why I said, Gurunam Dayanandosmi, Dayanandosmi Gurunam. I will say it from anywhere. Quite simply because nobody can, at least could have explained it to me like he has. If I am able to say something to you, it's because of that Mahatma Mahapurush. So, Muninam api aham Vyasaha. Then, Kavinam Ushana Kavihi. So, Kavi here is not the poet among poetry writers. Then the DMK will come and say, I don't want to use his party name. The local party will come and say, I am that. Who is that fellow? Mustachioed. I don't think so. The king among poets, they say. He's not talking about that Kavi. Kavi here means one who is a Dirgha Darshi, who can look into the future, who can look into the past also. So one who can look into the past and project it into the future also, and also the present, such a person is called a Kavi. And among the Kavi, I am Ushana. And who is Ushana? Ushana is Shukracharya, the Asura Guru. He was the one who told Bali Chakravarti that the fellow who has come here in that small fellow's guise is no ordinary fellow. Think 100 times before promising. In one stroke, he is going to take away everything from you. He didn't listen. Ushana, he knew what is in the future. He could connect from the past, bring it to the present and take it to the future. So if you do anything to do with this, they will see, suppose you are a person who is good in reading horoscopes. They will see what is the position of Shukra in your planet. Shukra will determine how good an astrologer you are. There are people who are, what do they call it? Diviners. They'll close their eyes and they'll talk of diviners. They all have the blessings of Shukracharya. So among the people who could see into the future, look into the past, look right into your next Janma, previous Janma, I am Shukracharya. Shukracharya had that. Shukracharya is Friday. What is Friday? What planet? Shukra. Shukra is a planet. Is Venus. So Venetian. And what color it is? It's a glowing yellow color. So Venus, the position of the Venus will talk about your extrasensory perception. There are people who have extrasensory perception. We'll talk about that. And in palmistry, this moon. It's called the Venus moon. If it is well developed, it means you have blessing of Shukracharya. I'm sure everybody now will start looking, am I having the blessing of Shukracharya? Yeah, people who can look into the stock into the future have all Shukracharya's blessings. They'll be very rich also. See, all the fellows. Do stock buy for 200? In a few months' time, it will be worth so much. But there is one stock for which you don't need Shukracharya. That is gold. It keeps rising. Okay. So for them, Shukracharya is a person who can look into the future. Then let's go to verse number 38. Dando damayatam asmi nitirasmi jigishatam. Whole line. Dando damayatam asmi nitirasmi jigishatam. Dando damayatam asmi nitirasmi jigishatam. Maunam chaivasmi guhyanam. Maunam chaivasmi guhyanam. Jnanam jnanavatamaham. Jnanam jnanamatamaham. Maunam chaivasmi guhyanam. Jnanam jnanamatamaham. All words. Dando damayatam asmi nitirasmi jigishatam. Maunam chaivasmi guhyanam. Jnanam jnanamatamaham. Jnanavatamaham. Dando damayatam asmi nitirasmi jigishatam. Maunam chaivasmi guhyanam. Jnanam jnanavatamaham. Okay. Damayatam. Among the instruments of punishment, I am danda. I am the stick. See, Krishna has totra vetraika panaye. However good a charioteer you may be, you must have a stick in hand. Even elephant trainers have a stick in hand. Somehow the presence of a stick seems to make people want to obey. Remember, school teachers, the village schoolmaster who has studied that room. He used to have a cane. He need not even beat. Beating on his own hand will put the fear of punishment into the people, into everybody's head. So, of course, these days corporal punishment, beating are all not allowed because they say, it hurts the individuality of the child. I'm not willing to comment on that. But punishment by hitting was an acceptable method. They go to one of these channels, they talk about 10 most cruel punishments. Like your danda is nothing compared to all that. Very often, say the policeman, when he makes an inquiry, he won't answer. The policeman will say, we'll take them to the station and ask it in the method which he understands best. Sahi puchtaach karenge to bata dega. He will tell the truth when you know how to ask him. The fellow doesn't even ask. He just put the danda on display. You did. So, among punishments, I am danda. But then you don't take the cane out for Anything? Sama, Veda, Dana, Danda. So first tell him, bhai sab bol do acha hai. If you do this, if you turn approver, you will not get jail term. That all you know, and then give him one of them. So among the instruments of punishment, I am that Jikishitam. Among diplomats, I am diplomacy. See, for a Raja, diplomacy is very, very important. I don't know how true the story is. They say Alexander asked Poru, how would you like to be treated? He said, what a stupid question. I would like to be treated like a king. You didn't really imprison me. I followed dharma and did not hit you. Your fellows overpowered. So obviously, I like to be treated like a king. And if you look at diplomacy, they have a lot of, it's an art by itself. It's an art. How to speak. How does Krishna say speak? You should especially see that section when he goes as a Duta of the Pandavas. He never appeals to Duryodhana. He never talks to Duryodhana. He only talks to Dhritarashtra. He says, I recognize Rishu as the king. I talk to you. And if you don't take the right decision, coming generations will only blame you and nobody else. In that public, he doesn't even address Bhishma. In privacy, he tells Bhishma. He will say, Bhishma, you are a scholar. People will definitely find fault with you. But he appeals in public to Dhritarashtra. He says, you are a Raja. Decisive powers in your hand. If you really want to, you should see some of the exchanges which our current external affairs minister has in the international forum. Please listen to that. I am not a politician. I don't want to bring politics or anything like that. But for sheer art, somebody says, when is this going to stop? He says, what is it going to stop? First, he doesn't ask the crowd, what's going to stop? No, this, you and your neighbors hurting. He says, shouldn't you ask this question to the ministers of that country and not me? I'm not the one itching for a fight. And people are not stupid. People know. Excellent question. Excellent. The way he addresses issues, the way he talks, external affairs, calls for diplomacy. And he says, especially on people who are Rajas, I am this diplomacy, the art of conveying. Even to a strong person, you don't bow down in weakness. You don't show jingoism and then bow down in weakness. You could tell people, look, you may be physically stronger, but I am okay from my dharma angle. You can't mess around with me. So, among the language of diplomacy carries far and wide. Then, what is the best form of secret? Maunam. When somebody tells you a secret, okay, you don't put it in the social media. Not even with names changed. Okay, these days people say names changed because they want to continue the gossip. They want to continue the gossip. So they put the names changed. And the person who reads it, whose story you have put with the name change, will be hurt. He says, I thought I was going to keep my secret. What kind of secret is he keeping? So, Maunam Chaiva Smi Guhyanam. Among secrets, I am silence. Simply driving home the point that if you have been told that this is a secret, keep it a secret. Then, verse number 38, it says, Jnanam, Jnanavatam Aham. Among the erudite ones, among scholars, I am their scholarship, scholarliness. I am their erudition. And before saying this, he said Maunam. So who is a scholar? Who knows when not to get into an unnecessary debate. He will not get into an unnecessary. He knows very well. He will argue. Sir, what do you have to say? I have not heard it. Maybe both of you are right. I don't want to, or at best you will say, I don't want to be drawn into this. Okay? So among the jnanis, among the scholarly ones, among the erudite ones, I am erudition. Now these points are highlighted, every point highlighted is a manifestation of Ishvara. Please understand this very well. Okay, in our morning sessions, we do what is called dream analysis. You are the dreamer. Everything that you see in your dream is nothing but you. Only you. So whatever you see in this Srishti is nothing but Ishvara. Isha Vasyamidam Sarvam Yat Kinchit Jagatyam Jagat. Whatever you see, what little you are able to understand, comprehend, is only Isha Vasya. Sorry. I recognize this presence of Ishvara's all-pervasive material cause by recognizing a few gems of brilliance. If you see some brilliance in you, understand Zisha Vasyam. Somebody says, oh, you speak very well. Before you say thank you very much, run this thought. If somebody has been able to recognize a speaker in me, it is Ishvara's Vibhuti. Somebody says, oh my God, you are really doing so well in life. Understand it is Ishvara's Vibhuti. That's how you relate. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You don't even have to say thank you. Close your eyes and thank Ishvara. Your Vibhuti is shining through me. And what is meant for you, he is giving it to me. And I'm happy he is recognizing me as your manifestation. Wow, what a big thing. That's how you relate. It removes the sense of inadequacy in you. The smallness in you will be out like that. Okay, let's go to verse number 30. Yachapi sarvabhutanam bijam tadaham arjuna whole line. Yachapi sarvabhutanam bijam tadaham arjuna na tadasti vina yatsyan mayan bhutam characharam maya bhutam characharam maya bhutam characharam. Whole verse. Yachapi sarva bhutanam bijam tadaham arjuna na tadasti vina yatsyan maya bhutam characharam. So, hey Arjuna, addressing Arjuna, it is called Sambodhana. Saptami is addressing Arjuna. He says, Yat, that, Sarva Bhutanam Bijam Tat Api Aham. I am the sources, I am the ultimate source of all created beings. I am the ultimate source. How do you analyze that? Remember, always use this example. This is what I have right now. Okay. The piece of cloth. I use this to wipe my mobile phone, laptop screen. What do we call it? Duster. Now, is there really something called duster? This is actually, if you examine it, collapse it, it will resolve into something else. It is made out of a fabric. If I collapse the fabric, it will go to yarn. If I collapse the yarn, it will go to maybe, cotton fibers. If I collapse the cotton fibers and resolve further, it will go down to molecules, atoms. Yeah. So he says, I am the ultimate source. Anything that you see here is resolvable. And they will all resolve unto one source. That one source is Ishvara as material cause. I am the Upadana Karanam for everything that is manifest. Aham Sarva Bhutanam Bijam Api. I am also, that means he has something more to say. I am the intelligent cause as well. Okay. Tat Characharam okay. Bhutam na asti maya bina syat. Please understand, without me, none of these have any existence. Hey, you're talking about the glory of this body, mind, sense complex. Hey, what a handsome man. How well he speaks. How successful he is. What happens if Ishvara decides? He doesn't decide like that. If Ishvara decides to withdraw himself from, what happens? From Shiva. If Ishvara goes away, please understand this carefully. Samajhna. Shivs, I'll tell it in both or three languages. शिव से अगर ईश्वर निकल गए तो बचा शव. From Ishvara, from Shiva, if Ishvara goes, what remains is Shava. So there was a name called Subramanya Shivam. He was a freedom fighter. The Britisher called him Subramanya Shavam. He said, I Shava Milyana Shivam. I am not Shava, man. I am Shiva. You people are Shava who don't recognize Ishvara. So please understand this. If I withdraw myself, you have no existence. You are avastu. I am the vastu in you. If there is something called vastu, if this has some kind of value, it is because of Ishvara's existence. If this chara, achara, this is chara, moving thing. If this moving thing has some glory, it is because of my reflection. And इधर उधर क्या ढूंढते हो यार ईश्वर को? क्या है? Your presence, your aliveness is Ishvara. And इसको छोड़ के कहाँ जाओगे? कैलाश पर्वत. And some people go to Kailash Parvat to see celestials come to have a bath. ये क्या? He has something wrong here. Total Purushartha gone waste. I went to Kailasha. क्या हुआ? हमने वो परियों को नहाते हुए देखा. Some people say I went to Miami Beach to see all this. That makes dark confusion. Okay? So I am this. Please understand this very well. You don't have to look far for Ishvara. आंखें बंद करो, शिवा. आंखें खोलो, अवस्तु. उस अवस्तु में वस्तु देखो. In that avastu, in that not vastu, see the vastu in the form of existence, in the form of chaitanyam. Learn to see that. Okay, let's. We have another 5 minutes. Nantosti mama divyanam, nantosti mama divyanam, vibhutinam parantapa, vibhutinam parantapa. येष सुदृशतः प्रोक्तो, येष सुदृशतः प्रोक्तो, विभूते विस्तरो मया, विभूते विस्तरो मया. नान्तोऽस्ति मम दिव्यानां विभूतीनां परन्तप, Esha Sudrisho Drishatah Prokto Vibhuter Distaro Maya. Very powerful verse. He says, Hey Parantapa, see there he called him Dhananjaya, and here he says, Hey Parantapa, the victorious one who have won over everything. Hey Parantapa, Mama Divyanam, my glory, as manifest, Vibhutinam, Anta, completely, na asti, Esha. It is just not possible to enumerate my total Vibhuti. Have you seen somewhere? No, have you seen a comparative chart? The size of the solar system. In the size of the solar system, Earth. In solar system, in the galaxy, Milky Way. Milky Way among so many such Milky Ways. Center of the universe. What is Earth? Dot. कुछ भी नहीं है. Nothing there. So he says, my vast, I am so vast, it is just not possible to comprehend me in this totality, in my totality. Please don't do this objectification exercise with Ishvara. So, Parantapa, Mama, Divyanam, Vibhutinam, Anta, Na Asti. It is just not possible. The Atu and Maya Vibhute Tistaraha Ekadeshasya Proktaha. Because you are a Bhakta, I have given you a fairly exhaustive list. Keeping what you will normally come face to face, normally what you will hear. Hey, look, can you give me a list of all the things that you see in your dream? There are people who do dream analysis. Can you give me a list of all the things you dream? You will even forget certain things and start imagining, creating things. When you can't analyze your own dream and remember everything, what will you do? Remember of Ishvara's total manifestation. It is just not possible. Wasteful exercise. However, you being a true bhakta, a proper bhakta, I have enumerated a fairly exhaustive list so that it is useful for your contemplation. It is not helping me, not for my sake, but for your sake, for your contemplation. Silence, sit in silence. You are here, Vedic chant. Understand it's a manifestation of Ishvara. Somebody chants Samaveda. Sir, I don't understand Samaveda. You don't understand Samaveda, never mind. Understand it is Ishvara's Vibhuti. Understand Ishvara's Vibhuti there. Understand the presence, the Ishvara there. Okay? There are just two more verses, which we will conclude in the coming session. We will read this. Yat vibhuti mat sattvam. Yat vibhuti mat sattvam. Sri Madhurjitameva va. Sri Madhurjitameva va. Tattevavagachatvam. Tattadevagachatvam. Mama tejo shasambhavam. Mama tejo shasambhavam. Just look at the word meaning, you will see it elaborately in the coming. Yat vibhuti mat sattvam. Whatever vibhuti, okay, the satya vastu in that vibhuti, okay, Shri Mat, the attractiveness of that vibhuti, tat is my Okay, understand it. My Tejasvi Tejoshva Sambhavam Eva Avagacha. Anything in Srishti, anything in Srishti. This is how you relate to the world, okay? You are going, driving. There is a car showroom. You see an absolutely wonderful car. You slow down and look at the car and like and say, wow, what a wonderful looking car. Understand that attractiveness of that otherwise inert vastu is my presence in that existence, the radiance in that existence. Anything good that you see in anyone, in vastu, avastu, on a hot afternoon, somebody gives you a cool, earthen pot. Say they give you some cold water. Understand that cooling is Ishvara's law manifested. That if you have naturally cooled water in earthen pot, the cooling that gives you is truly quenching of your thirst. Understand Ishvara's vibhuti here. That's what he's trying to explain. We will just do one more, which we will complete next week, and we will see the summary of this chapter 10. And following week, we will go into chapter 11. We have made sufficient progress. We have made sufficient progress. Coming 10 chapters in a matter of about 3+ years is an amazing piece of work. Thanks to our young man here, Ramesh, who is giving us the technical support without fail for 3 years plus. That support is Ishvara's glory. Available. His first thing in the morning, he messages me, sir, what chapter? Understand it is Ishvara's glory. This system, I've never had to cancel the class for power failure. Ishvara's glory. Except for a short while when we had a little bit of throat problem, we never had to cancel such classes. I have all the talks recorded. Ishvara's glory. Technology works. You want this talk number 149 will be available to you. Download it. It will be available now. But it will be downloaded and available tomorrow. So many of you are so committed and coming here every week. Ishvara's glory. Because during this time, there are people who would like to see TV, so many other things. You are coming for this. Ishvara's glory. Understand Ishvara's glory in every little thing in your life. Two things will happen. You will be free from anxiety. And you will be free from dukkha. Because everything is Ishvara's. Isha Vasyamidam Sarvam Yat Kinchit Jagatyam Jagat. There is nothing other than Ishvara. Kis baat ki chinta. So understand this. We will meet again next week. Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahisha O Brahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Skino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanyah Prithvi Swasya Shalinim Desho Jam Shobharahitah Brahmana Santu Nirbhaya Sarve Bhavantu Skinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Prabhag Bhavet Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityo Ma Pratangamaya
Om Shanti Shanti
Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om Satgurnath Maharaj ki Jai Ho Swami Dayanand Maharaj ki Jai Ho Bajrang Bali ki Jai Ho Pavan Putra Hanuman ki Jai Ho Jai Ram Shri Jai Ram Ram Jai Ram Ram Lalla ki Jai Ho Jai Shri Ram Om.
Hare Krishna.
We'll meet next.
Hare Krishna. Wonderful
People who
class.
are interested in joining our morning sessions are welcome. 6:30 every day. We do it on Zoom platform. Starting from today, even that is being recorded, will be available. It's a committed lifestyle. Like as when I said, Dayanandosmi Gurunam. Ishvara alone has put us in our lives so that some jnanam works.